Hi, Devon. Obviously, we're on the verge of the World Championship now. It's been a breakthrough year for you in more ways than one. Just explain to me how important it is to you, the fact that we're at the Ali Pali, and it's been a good venue for you in the past. You obviously kept your tour card there a couple of years ago, so you do have fond memories, but obviously that was last 16. You want to go to last one this year.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, Alexander Palace always a magical. It was the first time I obviously debuted on the PDC when I came over in 2010, played in the 2011 Worlds. Having the fans there this time, obviously after the year that we've had with no fans at events, we're going to welcome them with open arms and just grateful that the PDC and the government have come through to kind of offer this, because I think it's one of those things that Christmas won't be the same if you didn't have darts at the Alexander Palace with fans. So yeah, I think the PDC have delivered one of the biggest Christmas presents anybody could have imagined. Us as players, we embracing the fact, and like you said, also the Ali Pali I have fond memories. I've always kind of not always played well, but I've succeeded at the Alexander Palace, and it's helped me keep my tour card. I'm looking forward to it. This year is quite different. I come into it as a top 32 seed. Always, I was either a qualifier or qualify through the Pro Tour. But yeah, this year is quite different, and it's a new standard that I'm obviously seeing, and it's a testament to the hard work that I've put in post lockdown and I mean pre-lockdown and yeah, during lockdown as well.
What do you regard as a successful Ali Pali this year? I know that's probably an obvious question to a certain extent, but you're being in the top 32, you've already made a large step this year. I mean, you can go and really, really change everything completely now, can't you? I mean, that's what the Ali Pali is. It's like buying a lottery ticket, isn't it?
No doubt. I mean, you got 96 of quality displayed there, and the World Champs is exactly that. It's an opportunity to kind of change your life and change your stars in a sense, and add a star to your shirt. So yeah, I'm hoping for. I always look every tournament I enter. I always look at quarterfinals as the first point, the first checkpoint, as in to say, well done, you've made it here. And then once I get to the quarterfinals, I'm focused on winning. Then so kind of keeping it bite size, kind of. But the first game at the Alexander Palace is always the edgy one. So getting through the first game would be a massive movement forward. But knowing now that I'm in the seed, so I'm still gonna probably play a top quality player, but I won't be playing the likes of MVG, Gavin Price, or Peter Wright. So that kind of keeps it away from kind of the scary. But because if you one of these qualifying players now to be drawn against one of them in the next round, it's a daunting task. And sometimes obviously the Alexander Palace have thrown upsets in the past, but yeah, 10-1, it's probably not going to be the case.
You've spoken recently about injury problems with wrists and whatever. I mean, are you going into the Ali Pali completely stress-free in that way? Yeah,
I obviously the wrist has been an issue. I had some physio on it for a week and a half. It's now completely it's healed completely, and the time off as well now. So back to practice yesterday, first few sessions, and it feels like nothing's wrong in the wrist. The rhythm's back. So yeah, I think I'm gonna be I'll be the best. You'll see the best form of Devon Petersen, I think, at the Alexander Palace, and we're having it with crowds. I'm definitely wanting to perform. Just the opportunity to perform at the level and being in the top 32, it definitely gives me a boost, and I just feel like it's gonna be it has the opportunity now of being probably the 2020 that I expected.
Oh, absolutely, and you had a very good Grand Slam group stage. But it didn't go so well after that, and also it didn't go so well for you in the Players' Championship. Was that down to fatigue and the injury issues?
Yeah, I think a lot of it was there was mixed feeling. Like at the beginning, I mean, when I played in the Euros, I got to the semifinals. Excuse me, I got to the semifinals, and that was still fresh, mentally fresh, not touring. I mean, not traveling a lot and all of those things. And then getting to the latter stages, I mean, we stayed in the bubble in Coventry, so. Yeah, I think fatigue played a part in it. I think the Grand Slam being in the debut and just my first goal, because at the Winter Series I started having the injury, or just before the Winter Series, and then it aggravated it. By the time I got to the group stage of the Grand Slam, My only goal was to qualify. I did not care if I qualified second or first because of the injury that I had. So me topping that group and really a group of death as well, because you had Peter Wright, world champ, you had Ian White and Dirk van Dijvenbode that has been playing well. So coming through that, I came up against a Damon Hitter that I think that if I pushed my normal game, it would have been a lot tighter, and I think I would have probably edged it. But yeah, kudos to him. He kept well, and then Luke Humphries had 3 phenomenal legs back end and at the Players' Championship. But that's kind of what you're kind of dealing with when you're playing at the elite level. So it's not always cut and dry. Like people can just snap on and 3 legs can change a game. So yeah, I think now where I'm at now, physically, mentally strong, the years behind me, and now we just look forward to the World Champs, which is for many people it's the end of a season, but for me it's the start of a season.
And also what we've spoken about is the fact that this Christmas you have the 3 wise men behind you in Phil Taylor, Colin Lloyd and Wayne Mardle. Just briefly, what does that bring? What do they bring to the party? I mean, they bring different skills to you.
Yeah, I mean, like everybody knows, Wayne Mardle comes with a technical aspect of the game and keeping everything kind of mentally ready. And then you got Colin Lloyd for mental preparation before game. And then Phil Taylor, obviously, with the enormous skills that he have, being the greatest of all time, playing the sport and winning this Alexander Palace, the World Champs trophy. I mean, 16 times. I mean, there's nobody that can compare. So having him in my corner and kind of just coached and kind of coaching me through different moments in the game before I even get to those games is a feather in my cap. So yeah, I'm happy to have the 3 wise men, and hopefully I can deliver as a star.
Well, listen, we wish you all the very best, the Ali Pally, Devon, and thanks for your time.
Cheers a lot, Phil. Keep well.